It starts off like an ordinary night, a local fair, a quiet walk home, and the kind of chill you feel only when someone's eyes are burning into your back. But by the end, you'll be questioning every time you've walked home alone, wondering if something was hiding, just out of sight. This is the story of the silent clown, and trust me, once you hear what happened, you'll never look at fairs, bushes, or even your own driveway the same way again. So grab your headphones, turn the lights down low, and whatever you do, don't look out the window. I've never liked clowns, not even as a kid. Something about the painted-on smiles, the squeaky shoes, the fake laughter, it always felt like a mask hiding something way darker underneath. My parents used to brush it off, say it was just a phase, but they didn't see what I saw when I was 5. That first clown at the Harvest Hills Festival who got too close, whose face cracked when he smiled, like it was straining against his own skin. By the time I turned 15, I thought I'd grown out of it. That fall, my parents went on a week-long cruise, leaving me home in Cedar Bend, a sleepy little town in the Midwest. My older sister was at her boyfriend's place. My brother, 2 years older than me, was out with his friends. That Tuesday night in early November, I had the whole house to myself. It was one of those nights that feels too quiet. No wind, no traffic, just that dead calm where your ears start ringing because there's nothing else to hear. My friend Devin, everyone called him D, texted me around 6 p.m. "Fair's in town, couple blocks from you, wanna go?" I hesitated. Fairs meant clowns, but staying home alone wasn't appealing either, so I told him to come over. The fair had popped up overnight in the old abandoned lot across from the municipal building. We walked there just after sunset, jackets zipped up against the cold, the sky bleeding a deep purple as we stepped onto the cracked pavement littered with popcorn and puddles. It had the usual setup, cheap rides spinning on rusty gears, booths with overpriced games, food carts blasting distorted music. There were maybe 20 people there, mostly families with toddlers or high schoolers skipping homework. We hit the ring toss, grabbed some corn dogs, and cracked jokes about how sketchy everything felt. Then we saw him. A clown. He wasn't performing or juggling or shouting jokes. He was just there, standing near the tilt-a-whirl. No balloons, no props, no sound. He wore a faded purple and white jumpsuit and a mask, not face paint, a full rubber clown mask with an exaggerated smile and oversized black holes for eyes. He didn't speak, just stood there. Then he began doing slow, exaggerated gestures, tilting his head, waving his fingers in slow motion. Not playful, not funny, more like mimicking life, like someone trying to act human but not quite getting it right. Every few seconds, he'd shift a little closer. At first, we laughed it off. Dee gave him a quick pat on the shoulder and said, "Creepy, dude." We walked away, trying not to look back, but I could feel him watching us. My skin prickled and every hair on the back of my neck stood on end. "That wasn't just creepy," Dee muttered once we'd left the fairgrounds. "That was straight up horror movie weird." I nodded, pulling my hood up tighter. We were about 4 blocks from my house, strolling down Maple Hollow Lane. The streetlights flickered as we passed, casting long, jagged shadows that twitched like they were alive. Then we heard it. Footsteps. We spun around. No one. We kept walking. More footsteps. We stopped. Nothing behind us. This happened 3 times before Dee finally said, "Nah, I'm not into this. I'm heading home." I grabbed his arm. "Please, just come to my place. Something's not right. I'm probably being paranoid, but..." He looked at me for a moment, then nodded. We reached my place a few minutes later. The porch light was off. The street was dead silent. I pulled out my keys, 3 on the chain, and fumbled in the dark, trying to find the right one. Dee stood next to me, breathing fast. "Yo," he said, tapping my arm. "Don't look fast. Just turn slowly." I froze, then turned. There, crouched in the bushes next to my neighbor's house, was the clown. He wasn't pretending now. No slow motion waves, no exaggerated smiles. He was crouched, still, staring directly at us, like a predator waiting to strike. When he saw that we noticed him, he stood up, way taller than I remembered, and started walking straight toward us. My hands were shaking. I dropped the keys, grabbed them, tried the first one, wrong. Second, wrong. Third, click. We slammed the door behind us and locked it. Inside, the silence was louder than ever. I called my parents. My mom picked up immediately, her voice distant on speaker from the cruise ship. I told her everything. She didn't laugh, just said, "Get upstairs, lock the doors, arm yourselves if you have to. Don't open the door for anyone." Dee and I ran upstairs and into my little brother's room. From there, we had a clear view of the driveway through the front window. And that's when we saw him. The clown was standing dead center in the driveway, not moving, just looking up, straight at us. We ducked down, shut the blinds, sat against the wall whispering back and forth in panicked gasps. Every floorboard creak made us jump. Every shadow from the trees outside looked like a figure inching closer. 10 minutes passed, then 20. We peeked outside. He was gone. But was he? I couldn't sleep that night. Every noise felt like him sneaking around. Every shadow seemed shaped like that rubber mask. The next morning, Dee left early. We walked the yard, no sign of anything. But the neighbors' bushes, they were crushed flat. And on our porch, right next to the door, was a balloon. White, untied, still partially inflated. I tried to convince myself it was all some prank, that maybe someone at the fair got a kick out of scaring teens. But no one else reported seeing that clown. And a week later, a flyer went up at the grocery store. Missing, Lucas Penner, age 23, last seen walking home from Maple Hollow Lane after attending the town fair. No one connected the dots, but I did. Lucas lived 3 blocks from me. I still live in Cedar Bend. The fair comes every November. I've never gone back. But last year, I was walking home from school and saw something that made me freeze in my tracks. In the empty lot where the fair always sets up, someone had drawn a smiley face on the pavement, in chalk. A wide, toothy grin, no eyes. And under it, the words, "See you again soon." So, what do you think that clown was? A deranged man? Something not human? Could it be that Lucas Penner wasn't the first or the last to be followed home? Drop your theories in the comments. I'll be reading every single one. And if you've ever had a creepy fair encounter or felt like you were being followed, send it in. It might just be the next story we bring to life on this channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because in next story, we're diving into something even darker. Make sure, lock your doors, close your blinds, and whatever you do, if you see a clown just standing there, don't look away.